So Tempo, the connected fitness company behind the Tempo Studio, the Tempo Move, and Tempo Core, is releasing its largest update ever today, with an almost overwhelming amount of new features, customization, and data tracking that has been added, leveraging both the tech of the iPhone and its AI. In fact, this feels much less like an update and more like an entire relaunch of the entire home gym platform. The primary aim of Tempo's suite of new features is to bring together biometric data from wearables, body scanning, and 3D camera tech to create a fully individualized training experience. A quick note about this update is that it should be available today for owners of the Tempo Studio, Tempo Move, and Tempo Core. And if you are a fan of fitness tech or appreciate unbiased reviews and updates, make sure to like or even subscribe to Connect the Watts for more videos just like this. In fact, I will be doing an entirely new review of Tempo with these new updates in just a few weeks, since it is essentially a brand new service at this point, as you will soon see. Okay, so first up, Tempo can now use your individual health data to determine a daily readiness score. This score is based on your sleep quality, heart rate variability or HRV, resting heart rate, and recent fitness activity, including both workouts done with and outside of Tempo. To get a readiness score, you will need to either wear an Apple Watch, Whoop, Garmin, or some other wearable that can deliver that data to Apple Health. Now, as a side note, Tempo has also figured out a way somehow to get the Apple Watch to automatically measure HRV data upon waking. Now, that is something the Apple Watch does not do by itself and usually requires you to manually get the data when you wake up. So anyways, I thought that was pretty cool. Now, after getting your daily readiness score, Tempo will then provide a unique and personalized daily workout recommendation based on your goals. We'll dig into exactly how that works soon, but first, there is another health tracking feature we should discuss, which is the 3D body composition scan. Tempo has added this new 3D body composition scan using the camera on the iPhone. You can now take a quick scan to get data like body fat percentage, lean mass, and even the circumference of various body parts. And yes, you can get even more data about whether one arm has more muscle mass than the other. But what's even more interesting is that this scan can be used to further personalize your workouts. For example, if Tempo notices a fairly large discrepancy between limb sizes, it may include more single arm or single leg exercises for you to help create better balance between them. Now, one of the biggest new changes coming to Tempo is how workout plans are created. No longer are they generalized, static, and unchanging. Tempo's new plans, they say, adapt to you in pretty much every single way. So first, Tempo will ask you if there are certain areas that you would like to prioritize more than others, as well as your preference for lifting weights and conditioning. Then Tempo will get to work designing a program that adapts around you. So for example, let's say I wanted to prioritize my upper body. Tempo will then ensure that upper body is what I work on first each week, just in case that is all I have time for. Then once I complete that, Tempo may then suggest either a lower body or a full body workout next. The workout plan adapts to not only how many times you work out each week, but also based on how long the workouts are. And Tempo will give you personalized weekly goals, for example, like the number of sets to complete for a body part, and will help adjust the workouts to get you to that goal. And these adaptive workout plans do not simply suggest one of Tempo's hundreds of pre-recorded workouts either. The workouts themselves are customized around your goals, workout history, time available, and even your daily readiness score. Given that the workouts are also filmed and coached, I honestly have no idea how Tempo is doing this, and I am eager to get in and test it all for myself. Again, make sure to check out for that review in a few weeks. But evidently, Tempo has found a way to mix and match thousands of hours of their coaching footage to be able to deliver on this customized workout experience. So whether you have 10 or 40 minutes to work out, if you prefer one coach or the other, or have a high or low readiness score, a custom workout will be generated that allows you to progress from one week to the next. And from what I've been told, they even plan on being able to use your results to help you determine which movements are most effective for you. So over time, custom workouts and plans should become more personalized and more effective. Now, Tempo's revamped focus on personalization doesn't end with just providing custom workouts either. The sessions themselves will even adjust while you take them. And now, one example of this is what Tempo is calling dynamic rest. If you have a heart rate monitor paired like the Apple Watch, Tempo will be able to adjust rest times between lifting sets. If your heart rate is too high, the class will automatically pause to give you more rest time. And then the session will automatically resume once your heart rate has dropped to where it should be for the next set. Now, another quick side note here that extended rest based on your heart rate dropping is optional, so you can always manually resume the class if you want to and not have that extended time. Now, Tempo already had the ability to automatically record how much weight you are using and how many reps you completed, but they are taking it further by using a combination of the latest in exercise science and AI integration. So first of all, Tempo will now be utilizing reps in reserve within its workout programming. Now, if you haven't heard of reps in reserve, it is a popular way to present workout programs based on how many reps a person feels that they can perform with a given weight. So for example, if I was to do 5 reps with a rest in reserve of 3, that means I should do 5 reps with a weight that I feels like I could maybe do 8 reps if I really had to. And it may sound a bit complicated, but trust me, it's fairly simple and effective once you grasp it. So Tempo will now be able to analyze and predict your reps in reserve to automatically adjust both the suggested number of reps and the weight during your workout. And it supposedly will use at least 3 factors to help you determine those reps in reserve. One of which is movement speed. So Tempo will look at the speed of each rep to help predict how many more you can do. Another factor they'll look at is heart rate. So Tempo can look at how fast your heart rate is increasing in real time, which can also help with that analysis. And then of course, manual feedback. So on occasion, Tempo will ask you how many more reps you felt you could have done, and you can go ahead and answer this even on the Apple Watch if you are wearing one. And all of this will allow Tempo to have dynamic weight and rep targets. So for example, if you're going too light, Tempo may suggest a heavier weight, or in some cases, Tempo may increase or decrease the reps per set. Now, according to Tempo, the new update comes with a significant improvement with its range of motion and movement tracking. Previously, the only range of motion tracking available was really with squats, so you could see if you were hitting your goal depth in real time. Now that same range of motion feedback should be available for a variety of other movements. Additionally, Tempo says that they have expanded up to 50 exercises in the weight recognition library. So to be quite honest, this update took me by surprise. Tempo has been pretty quiet this past year in terms of adding new features, and I would never have predicted they were cooking up what seems to be an entire revamp of their program. See, what makes me excited about connected fitness is its potential to evolve in 2 areas. The first is making fitness more fun and entertaining, and so far, almost all of the connected fitness companies have done a great job here, providing either entertaining instructors, music, or gamification to help us all stay motivated and keep working out. Now, the second area is using tech to fully personalize workouts and deliver results far better than what was previously possible without having your own expensive personal trainer. And it is this area where I feel like connected fitness has so far failed to provide any meaningful advancement. Now, a likely reason for the poor progress in that area is that that second area also clashes sometimes with the first, because it's very hard to provide a high level of personalization alongside a pre-recorded or live instructor. The best attempt I'd found so far was really with the Ergata rower, but even then, Ergata just barely scratched the surface, and I haven't seen any significant advancements from them in quite some time. Now, I have seen a lot of fitness tech behind the scenes that promise to be huge game changers, but none of those have actually become available so far. However, Tempo may have just found a way. If Tempo can deliver on what they are promising here, it will be the most impressive update that I have seen on any connected fitness platform over the past 3 years. A connected fitness product that can create and personalize well thought out workouts in real time while the user is also being taught by a very good instructor. That makes me extremely excited to check this update out. Now, again, I'm making a new review of Tempo to cover all of this that should be available in a few weeks, and I'll post that here when it's available. For now, I will post my last review of Tempo if you want to learn more about them. As always, thanks so much for being here. This is Colin Jenkins with Connect the Watts, and I'll see you next time.